All right. Next up in this box that I got from the Arcane Library is going to be Cursed Scroll number 1. The Cursed Scrolls books, from what I understand, are the beginnings of an actual setting for Shadowdark, as well as some rules expansion, including new character classes and such. So a Shadowdark Zine, Volume 1, Diablerie, Spells, Monsters, Adventure, Witches, Warlocks, Cursed Knights. Awesome. And on the back, we have a diabolical treasure chart. I do like, as people sometimes will mention, that with Shadowdark, the inside cover here, what do they call that? End papers are used. I think that's right. We have a map. Is this the gloaming? Yeah, this is the gloaming. So I know Mike Shea, Sly Flourish, he ran, I think in 2024, a long Shadowdark campaign using this, I believe, this Cursed Scroll. So what do we have? Here's the so credits and such. And here we have the contents. That's Gloaming Encounters, introduction. Oh, that's this front cover, is the Gloaming Encounters. Introduction, Knight of St. Yidris, that's a new class, Warlock class, Witch class, titles, patrons, patron boons, diabolical backgrounds. For magic, we have Diabolical Mishaps, Witch spell list, spells. For the Gloaming, we have the Gloaming Hex Key, monsters, doesn't really say much about that. Hideous Halls of Mugdalblub, that is, I believe, an adventure. And then finally, Diabolical Treasure, which is on the back. So we have our introduction, and this is, when was this written? 2021. Okay. I don't feel like the game's been out that long, but I guess, I don't know. I mean, I know Kelsey Dion's been doing module design for quite a while, so maybe it's from there. I don't know. So we have, a new class. And that's, I mentioned in my unboxing of Shadowdark that, I really love DCC, and I really do. But I will admit, DCC can be a lot. And the classes, there's a lot of info. From what I understand, this is very stripped down. And I do kind of like, I'm a rules light guy, and I always really have been. So I like the ability to sort of strip this down. Basic role-playing is probably my favorite game. And I love Call of Cthulhu, but even when I run Call of Cthulhu, I typically strip out a lot of the material because I just like the core system. So we'll see. We have patrons. And I feel like a lot of the stuff has been talked about on other videos, but I just thought I'd take a look. And I figured when I went in, I was just going to go in with what was available at the time. And I got a lot of the core stuff that was available at the time. Now, I placed my order. Well, I haven't really been paying close attention. I placed my order a couple days before the Kickstarter went live. I don't do Kickstarters at all anymore. I don't do any crowdfunding. I just, not even because I got burned or anything like that. I did get burned a couple of times, but that's not why. I just made a decision that I was not going to do it anymore, and I haven't. Nice. We have a dungeon in here in the back. But anyway, I put the order in, and it took a little while to get because there was an item that was out of stock. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to get the new setting book or not. I'll probably pick up the new Curse Scrolls when they're available. We'll see. And, it's all going to be determined on if I end up actually enjoying the game and getting a lot of use out of it. We'll see. I'm really hoping in 2025 I can get, I really want to get Dragonbane to the table. I'd like to get Mothership to the table. And then I'd like to get a couple of old favorites like Tales from the Loop and Call of Cthulhu to the table. I really want to try to do that. I just, we'll see. We'll see. Now that I'm living in the city, I'm hoping I have a little bit more ability to get people together in a centralized location instead of being out in the suburbs where everybody's an hour drive away. So we'll see if I can manage it. All right. Until my next video, I've got a couple more to record. So take care.